Welcome back to Spitballin Cards. In today's video, we're talking all about 2024 Topps Chrome. The checklist just came out. We want to discuss what we like, don't like, speculate on what some of these inserts are and what we might be targeting. So in this video, it's me, Scott, Phil, Jeff, and Chris. Ty is not here this week. We'll be back next week if you enjoy him the most. Let's just jump into this. 2024 Topps Chrome. The pre-order is being released tomorrow. We're recording this Monday, June 17th, being released Tuesday, June 18th for pre-order. What are your initial thoughts of the checklist? Let's go with you first, Phil. What do you think of this checklist so far that you're seeing?
A few things that I noticed were that Chris pointed this out. 300 names in the base checklist. If you look at 2021, 2022, and 2023 Topps Chrome, there were 220 names. And then I think 200 names the year prior in 2020. So I made a comment in one of the videos last week where I've noticed me watching a lot of people open wax that it's harder and harder to pull the right player of the right card from opening a product. And this is one of the reasons why. The autograph subjects are going to be around 155. It was either 154 or 156, I think. But that's rookie autographs. There's also additional subsets. And one of the, you could call it a good thing. In 2022, they combined veterans in with the rookie autographs. So I don't know if they fell to the same ratio as rookies did, but it sure seemed kind of like it. And you're even more likely to get hosed. So even though after 2022, they cut the number of autographs per box, regular hobby is presumably going to have one. Jumbos are presumably going to have 3 instead of 5, which is where they stood in 2022 and earlier. I guess it's better because you know that veteran autograph checklist, it's a separate checklist and it's smaller. You know that it's probably going to be harder to hit one of those. Mm-hmm. But then you also have the issue, and this comes up a lot with pretty much any major Bowman release. Certain names are easier to pull than others. So I remember in 2018, out of a Topps Chrome Blaster box, I was able to pull Nicky Delmonico and I think Ronald Herrera of the Rangers. And I pulled one of those names twice. And I'm just like, what's going on? Well, you know, the base Ronald Acuna autos, they weren't as easy to pull as some of those other names. So you have that to worry about too. So, you know, a lower floor on your typical rookie autograph from Topps Chrome versus a Bowman product, and also the being harder to pull the good guys. The nice thing is the checklist does have most of the names we're looking for. The only omission being Paul Skeens, who wasn't in Series 2. So unless they do something fancy, they still have about 5 weeks before this comes out. I don't think there's any official release date yet. Not one that I found, but usually it's towards the end of July or the beginning of August, unless they're running behind. Another thing that I'll point out is that Mookie Betts, his base card will probably be selling for about $1 because he's not going to be winning MVP, or rather, he could still win MVP. DraftKings has him at about 20-1, and you know, $20 is what his base card would be worth if he won the MVP. So, you know, do the math; it's worth about $1. So, Scott, you can buy a bunch of those up if you want. Taco Fractors, are they going to do anything similar this year? We don't know yet, but that should be interesting.
So now that we know Taco Fractors exist, if they do something random, do you think people are going to buy into them all crazy, expecting a reward? Like, are we going to see some crazy sales moving forward?
Probably.
I mean, Fanatics isn't the best at making cards, but they're really good at creating hype and doing marketing. So I'm sure they'll fool us again. Like, I think if they were to do something similar, we won't be as caught off guard. We're not going to go in crazy and to start buying like all of these cards up of any given player. And there'll be more people that are being a little cautious with that sort of thing. Another thing I'll bring up is that the pre-order prices, which I think we spoke about how release date is tomorrow. We're filming this on Monday, the 17th. Release date, I think it's going to be 12 p.m. Eastern time on the 18th. And regular hobby boxes are at $190 and jumbo boxes are $390. And those are tough prices for me right now. I don't think they're completely out of control, but last year they were a hell of a lot lower. And I think, and I brought this up before months ago, they screwed up on the pricing of those products because they jumped right away. I think the pre-sale price on hobby boxes last year was around $130. Going up to $190 seems like a lot, But if you factor in that price discovery, which happens shortly after release, bump those boxes up to close to $160 to $180 right away. Like even when we were at the National, like they were jumping $10, $15 per day at like David Adams and blowout cards. Maybe that's about right, but I don't know. It's not the price I wanted to pay to pre-order to give them a 6-week or 5-week interest-free loan on my money. So we'll see.
I've done a lot of videos on print runs and pricing and odds and all that stuff in the past. Topps Chrome used to cost about $50 to $60 for a hobby box at pre-release. In 2014, there were 45 autograph subjects, and you can get a hobby box for $50 to $60 with 2 autographs guaranteed. It is not the same product that it was. It is not as good as it used to be, and that's okay. The hobby's bigger, and the only way they can match the demand is to increase the supply. But at the end of the day, they're adding basically 30% of the checklist on top, going from 220 to 300. That's crazy. And the whole goal of that is to not increase the odds of hitting specific players. And it's just going to make it impossible to pull anything good. You want the Ellie De La Cruz autograph? It's 1 out of 300 for a parallel. You want the Ellie De La Cruz parallel the autograph? Good luck. It's not even 1 in 150 hobby boxes because it's not equal. It's like 1 in 300 to 400, which is dozens of cases. It's tough. I have a tough time with it, and this is why I have a hard time opening wax personally for any type of expectancy of getting your money back. So, yeah. What do you think?
Real quick, Phil said that the 300 card checklist, so most of the names you're expecting are in there. I know the number one question all Braves fans want to know is in 2024 Topps Chrome, are we getting the first Spencer Strider Topps Chrome card? And the answer is no, we are not. Wait again until 2025. Maybe he'll have to be 30 before we get a card. I don't know. I still think Spencer Strider slept with someone's wife at Topps, and they will not put him in Topps Chrome ever. And maybe it's just eventually it'll just be like a running joke. You know, he'll be retiring and he still won't have a card. But either way, there's one other kind of interesting Braves fan note here. There are no Freddie Freeman autos on this checklist in any of the insert sets. I think this is the first time in like 10 years there's no Freddie Freeman autos anywhere in Topps Chrome.
Freddie signs a lot.
He signed a lot, and he's not in the set. There are Max Muncy autos for our one viewer who likes Max Muncy, but there are no Freddie Freeman autos, which is really weird. But I totally agree with you guys on the prices. That's bananas.
Freddie's been hanging out with Mookie too much and sees, hey, Mookie doesn't have to sign anything. Why am I not like him? So maybe that's what's going on. But yeah, what do you think, Jeff?
Well, I'm wondering, I've not opened a lot of this product over the past few years, but it's four cards per pack, 24 packs in a hobby box. Is that right, Phil?
Yeah, that's right.
So and one of them is a refractor or an insert every time. So you have 3 base cards a pack.
Right. And I was just looking at the sheer volume of insert sets. There's about 15, which seems like an awful lot. So yeah, you're already reducing the amount of base cards you're going to get, which, as Scott has already pointed out, your odds of getting the card you want are much lower by the increased run or increased checklist. I don't know. It just seems like it's an absolute singles only product to buy, because there's going to be some great cards in there. Like Phil said, all the names except Paul Skeens are in there. So we're going to get some really cool cards, hopefully some good images. We're going to get some nice parallels of those sought after young players, but I just can't see the value in opening this product.
No, $190 for a hobby box and your auto's Cody Funderbunk. I mean, you're going to lose your mind.
Yeah. So like if you watch old breaks, old meaning like the last 3 or 4 years, breaks of Topps Chrome hobby boxes without the MVP buyback, if that's not a thing, it's a bloodbath. It's pretty bad. And this year, increasing the base checklist by about 35%, the chances of pulling the MVP buyback guy goes down. And then, as you're saying, you know, with all the additional inserts included, might go down even more, depending on, you know, if those qualify or not. I don't think they do.
So you will get 72 base cards in a hobby box. So if you want to pull a specific player, you have a 24% chance of getting that player. Basically, what is that? 1 in 4, maybe 1 in 5, because it's 24%. It's not 25%. So that sucks. So that does get chances with MVP buyback. It stinks for breaks because if you have a 12 hobby box, instead of getting 5 or 6 of a player of a rookie card to help with your ROI, you're getting 2 or 3. So all of that matters. But yeah, I don't know how, even for breaks, guys, like buying the reds and let's say your only goal is Elite de la Cruz, you're going to get a few base cards, probably not a refractor anymore, maybe a few inserts and not an autograph. Like it's going to be tough. It's a unique situation.
And that price point, Scott, that price point's going to be high to buy into a break with the box prices this high. They're going to pass that on to those top teams, especially like the Reds.
MLB debut patches would be the only reason why, if they put those into regular Chrome this year. We talked about this last year. If they're able to get those in, I know they're not on the 21-page dissertation of a checklist that they.
I was saying it'd be great if they could spread them out, but you'd think that they would be promoting the heck out of that if they were planning to.
True.
Yeah, I think they need those to sell. They need those to sell Chrome Update. I think.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Players who debuted in 2023 that didn't have the chance to get into 2023 product, like Tovar, for example. Tovar debuted for the Rockies in September. He's a perfect candidate for having his debut patch.
Well, that's what I was saying last year. If they wait for everybody until update, it's going to be a huge amount, which nobody really cares because people still buy the product, but that's it.
Are those cards considered rookie cards if they're the second year for that player?
Will they exist? I mean, I don't think there were any last year, right?
No.
Well, they started last year. Last year was the first time they did it.
Yeah.
So this is the first Topps Chrome that potentially has them included.
Right. So it'll have to have the rookie card shield on.
But it won't have the rookie logo because they legally can't put it on there if they've already had it.
Then I don't think they'll have the card. I don't know. I don't know.
That's
We'll have to
point.
find out.
So like Tovar he was in 2023 product.
It should have it on, so they'd have to get some sort of special dispensation saying that the item is from that.
Yeah, that's what they did with Carlos Correa in 2016 Topps Chrome. So Carlos Correa, he was in 2015.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be, but his 2015 card was literally in 2016 Topps Chrome packs. They did that. That's cool. And I know people might be mad about that, but I understand the reasoning. I think it's a unique enough situation where it's like, oh, they just did make production.
Otherwise, you wouldn't get the card. So I don't mind that.
And they hype this up way too much to not do it for the top rookie. Also, you can buy Ezequiel Tovar's rookie debut jersey for $12,000 on eBay right now. Would rather have his rookie debut patch autograph for $100,000, whatever the bounty's going to be, or the actual jersey for $12,000? That's a question.
Well, Zach Nito's MLB debut patch I heard sold for like $2,000 or $3,000, which is probably a really good price. So, is he that much better than Nito?
I'm just assuming this ridiculous bounties, right? That's
that's for my guys. I mean, they can't be there for everybody, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it depends. Could you buy the jersey and then sell it back to Fanatics to put in their cards?
No, Jeff's a step ahead of the game right there.
Could you buy the jersey, buy the Topps rookie debut patch, take the patch off of the card, and put it back on the jersey? Now that's what you got to do. All right. Sorry, I think it's far.
Yeah. I just want to say also, we talked. Phil mentioned like those veteran autos. I think that was in 2022 when they debuted that, and that was just a horrific idea. It was a bunch of absolute no ones signing cards plus Juan Soto. They went to Legends last year, and I thought that was really great. And the Legends this year have some really interesting names on them. I saw that like Fernando Valenzuela is on that checklist, and there's a lot of guys like that who are like really popular in their fan bases. You know, they may not be Hall of Famers, but they're very popular.
No, and there's fun names, but what is that going to pay for like a quarter of your box if you pull one of those? If that, and you'd be happy pulling that. So I just feel like this is singles written all over it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was bummed. Fred McGriff is in that Legend autographed, but his image is as a Tampa Bay Ray.
Oh.
I mean, who's that for?
I hate when they do that for Larry Walker in a Cardinals uniform where he played 1.5 seasons. Or, it sucks.
Yeah. But George Brett's on that checklist. Hideki Matsui. I think Johnny Bench was on there last year. But
are they all retired? They're all retired players.
Yeah, there's a Legends list. Yeah. So Koufax is on there.
Oh, that's cool.
That card should be really cool. There are also these dual autos. And I'm just fingers crossed these are not going to be stickers because I'll just lose my shit if that happens.
They will be.
Of course they will be.
They probably will be, but there's a Kershaw Valenzuela dual auto.
Player and a musician, it'll be on card.
Yeah, there's a Kershaw Valenzuela dual auto. That I think if you're a Dodger fan, that's a really badass combo. There's also an Austin Riley Matt Olson for Braves fans. I'm excited to see it. Fingers crossed it's on card, but expect the worst. maybe
Yeah,
get.
I mean it's a logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, remember the triple autos in Topps
Yeah.
Chrome Sonic.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these are just tough to get done on card.
To
You're
get
right.
multiple superstars to sign Topps Chrome cards versus Dynasty cards is probably more expensive than it's worth to them, which is unfortunate. So, how many base autographs of players are going to pay off the box of $190? Let's say
Was that a Scotty B video?
might have to be. No, I'm wondering, like, how many do you think? 3 players? Ellie? Like, how many base autographs is actually enough value to pay it off, do you think?
So Phil, I think you said there's 150 rookie autos. Is that right on the checklist?
Yeah, between 150 and 155 or 56. Last year there were 129.
And it's got to be worth $200 to pay the box off.
$200.
Oof. I would guess I've heard of 25 of the 50.
Oh, you think that many for a
Up to
base?
150.
No, not
that's
worth it. I'm just saying I've heard of them.
Oh, I see. 25 of them.
Yeah, I would say maybe 3. I bet an Ellie De La Cruz out of the gate. Jackson Holiday's on the auto list, so that's probably 2. And Dominguez, I'm sure would pay. Someone right out of the bat would pay for a Dominguez auto. But I don't know. Is that it?
Yamamoto, does he have autographs? Yoshinobu?
Yeah. Okay.
Imanaga might have some value.
Yeah, Imanaga too. So yeah, 5.
Yeah.
I mean, Langford and Holiday, if they start to increase their market again, that's a possibility.
$200.
What about Churio, Jeff, as a Brewers fan?
I can't see his base going for $200. Maybe first week.
Yeah. Maybe
So
first week.
any of those guys you're selling them.
Corbin, Carroll, I'm just looking at okay, I know Carroll's having a bad year, but I'm just looking at what his 2023 Topps Chrome base auto raw sells for now, and it's somewhere around $80 to $100.
Is it really?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, if the market was smart, no base auto would go for over 200 raw. I mean, maybe upon release, there's a chance you'd get one in rateable condition. You've got the hype with the release being new and everything. Ellie's faded a little bit. I know Carroll has a lot, but I could see a few in the low 200s, and then many below that, well below that.
In 2 months, let's revisit this and see in 2 months, Scott.
Yeah.
So let's say, or 2 months after release, I guess I should say.
Yeah. So, but most will be below $10. I mean, Scott, you did a video on Wander Franco. I mean, I hate to mention that name, but he had 20,000 plus rookie autos. So this is for most of these guys, this might be the second set with a rookie auto, maybe third. I'm trying to think. Bowman, Topps Chrome Black, some other crap I'm sure has come out between there. But the numbers, the supply is just going to continue to go up. Unfortunately, these aren't going to be hard autos to find.
So I already mentioned Tovar. I know Tovar is not a household name yet, but he's starting to become more valuable. His big cards are selling on eBay now because he's been doing good this year. He's having a great year. You can get his Topps Chrome base autograph for $15 to $20 all day. So if you got into a break as a Rockies fan, I'm going to get a Tovar. What legitimate question? What are you opening this product for? How can you convince yourself it's worth it value-wise?
Alcohol is a hell of a drug, Scott. I don't know. I know you're not familiar with it personally, but the rest of us are quite familiar with what can happen when a nice bottle of bourbon meets a hobby shop and a credit card. The disaster can strike quickly. But yeah, I mean, like Jeff said, this is a singles product. Wait it out. Just try to wait it out as best you can. The only thing I will actively try to buy out of this is Acuna has MVP buyback autos. I don't know how many there are, but I really, really, really want one. So if any of our viewers happen to pull one, please message me and take aggressive advantage of me.
So to answer your question, Scott, I would say you buy one to open it for fun.
Yeah.
Or a case for fun, if that's how you roll. But you don't do it for much other than the fun. And because it's one of the most anticipated releases of the year, Topps Chrome always is. And I'm a guy that I don't really seek out these cards on the secondary market. I'm not even really much of a singles buyer of Topps Chrome in most cases. Sometimes I do. Very rare cards, and in rare occurrences I will. But I don't think there's a whole lot there to be happy about. It's funny. We were in the last episode. I was going to say something, but I didn't. In that Yamamoto card, for Series 2, the gold mirror, where in the background there's a bunch of Guggenheim ads. That's subliminal messaging. We should be buying Guggenheim ETFs and index funds. That's a seller of financial products and not Topps Chrome. So,
do you think there's a greater than 0% chance that Topps went to Guggenheim and said, we'll put this on the card, but you're going to give us a little bit of money? Greater than 0%. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying greater than 0%.
Yeah, greater than 0.
Yeah, I thought so too. It's there. It's hard to miss. But
what about Luis Robert with the Dasani bottle?
Yeah, is that his first Bowman film?
Yeah, Topps was too dumb to ask for money. They're just whatever.
Man, but ripping a case for fun, Phil, that seems insane.
12.
I mean, if I'm spending $1,000+ just to have fun, I better end up reeking of perfume and covered in glitter.
Our audience, come on, man. People do it. They just do it. I don't know.
That's $2,000 for a case.
I like how Phil mentioned the big price increase from last year because Topps and Fanatics saw the immediate bump when it hit the secondary market. I'm just wondering, at what point is one of these flagship mainstream products going to reach that breaking point where breakers can't make money on it, where it sells immediately out of the gate at this high number, and there just isn't that same demand. So I maybe they'll get there. Maybe they'll get there.
Yeah, if their pre-sale doesn't sell out, like, would they ever announce that? Or would there, I feel like Topps will always say on the website sold out. Like, even if they don't hit whatever numbers they want, I think they'll always say sold out, right?
They'll always give more to distributors and call it a day. Like, that's fine.
Or because they're cutting their distributors, they'll give it to more of the preferred breakers or whatever, preferred accounts. Yeah. So one of the things, and Scott and I were doing, like, I was helping him do some research for one of his videos, and the factory cost actually decreased last year from the year before. So what that tells me is, like, and it makes sense. If you're making a product with fewer autographs, never mind on card, but just fewer autographs, then it's cheaper for them to make it. And they thought that there'd be less perceived value. So with all their direct accounts, they were paying less for 23 Topps Chrome versus 22 because of the fewer auto situation. They changed the format, right? Well, that they realized this year that, people still have, they still put this at a higher perceived value because of other reasons, right? Like the names,
the first Topps Chrome.
Exactly. All of these gimmicks that we're adding to it as well, the MVP buyback. So they learned their lesson, and they priced it closer to fair market value out of the gate, which is sad. And what they also do, Chris, is it'll probably be marked to sold out after a few days or a few weeks, and you won't be able to, like, go back and look to see what the price was. So I had this issue with Series 2. I'm like, I wonder what they were selling Series 2 for, because I missed out on the drop for that on purpose. Then I couldn't even find it. So, and then you have to deal with a situation. If you want a box on release date, there's just fewer sellers than there used to be. Fewer channels to buy it from too, because of the new Fanatics rules and everything. And that causes an upward pressure on pricing for sure. And I'm seeing it right now for Series 2.
Did they release what the retail boxes, what that price is going to be? Did they release that?
I don't think so yet.
I think it's going to be $40 though, if I had to guess.
Oof. That's what it was. That leads me to think it might be 50 now. I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
I think the fact they increased the number of base cards proves them trying to keep that price the same. I would guess, because there's going to load those things with base cards with refractors that are overprinted. So,
yes, that's one thing we can't shit on it yet, because they didn't. Well, they didn't announce the refractor run on the checklist. That's not out. So
there's going to be new pulsars. There's going to be new ones.
Refractors.
Oh my god, it's going to be unreal. There'll be colors we've never heard of and words we've never seen.
It can't be worse than Papa Radasha, whatever it is, in Sapphire. Topps Chrome Sapphire.
Still hoping we get that rectal fractor. Still hoping for the brown rectal fractor. Numbered at a 2, as per the comment on our video.
So I have a question. Hypothetical. Would you rather open how much are your jumbos, Phil?
$390.
And you get how many boxes in a jumbo? 5, 6?
What?
In a jumbo box, you get 12 packs with 13 cards each.
How many boxes in a case?
It's 8.
It's 8. Well, let's just do hobby boxes. Easy math for hobby boxes. We'll say $200 a box. You get 12 boxes. It's $2,400. Okay. Would you rather open a case of 2024 Topps Chrome, or would you rather pay $200 more and open up a box of 2018 Topps Chrome Jumbo with 5 autographs with a chance of live Otani and live Acuna autographs.
And the chance for expired redemptions of both of those guys. So it's mixed, I think.
Are there expired redemptions in live? It's a mixture?
I think for Acuna and Otani, I believe so.
Oh, what a mess.
I think they're mostly live for Otani. I think it might be like gold waves or something. Don't quote me on that,
but you still have 72 autographs on that checklist. You also have the image variations, and you also have 200 cards and really great odds of pulling classic parallels.
Yeah, there's still like Devers is in there, Albies is in there. There's other really good rookies.
I would take that.
You have Alcantara. You have Sandy Alcantara. I know he's out of our memory right now because he's hurt, but like there's good rookies.
Yeah, I would take that all day long.
Like I can't think of a situation where I would spend that money.
Yeah. Sadly, though, if you did not choose the case of the newer product, what's going to end up happening is from the single box, and I've opened one of these for one of my customers when I used to break a little bit on loop or whatever, of 18 Topps Chrome Jumbo, the total value from that product will be less than the MVP buybacks from a case of the newer product. Just that alone. And it'll be like, oh, damn it. Why did I do this? It seemed like such a good idea. And then you're pulling Nicky Delmonico.
But is that still the case with the increase in the print run, do you think? Because you're getting less of the MVP buybacks.
Yeah. I think that there was a pronounced jump in production from 17 to 18. Okay. And even more so from 18 to 19. Generally, older products can have really bad ROI. So, but I know what you guys are saying. Like for that upside, like 1 out of every 10 boxes, you'd get something enormous from 2018. With this latest year, maybe not. Maybe you'd have to break 100 boxes to get something decent.
Yeah, it's way more than 10. Or you just have to get blind luck, and that's really tough.
That's the point of gambling. I mean, breaking. Just kidding. But I hope we're not being overly negative. I mean, we are being negative about it. I just think we're trying to think of a situation where we can be positive. But let's say a couple other positive things. What on the checklist have we thought that looks intriguing? Is there anything else?
Juan Soto has cards. So unlike Series 2, Juan Soto is in this. So if you're an MVP buyback, gambler, that's good. Bryce Harper is on the checklist. He's probably the most likely NL MVP at this point. So those are two positives. The design's going to look cool. I don't know. Do they always match the images from Topps to Topps Chrome? Sometimes they do. I know mostly they do. Like Michael Harris, for example, had a different rookie image last year. Thankfully.
Yeah, lots of rookies have changed lately, I've noticed, for whatever reason. And like, remember the Acuna in 2018 even? It was completely different than his flagship. Same with Otani, right? What was it? No, Otani was the same as flagship.
Yeah, he was the same. Yeah, even the update Acuna, they didn't match, which was dumb.
They really messed Acuna up. If they did the bat down Topps Chrome base, that card would be really sought after in comparison to what he is.
Oh yeah, I would be fighting. I still even today I'd be wanting to get gold refractors of that if such a thing existed.
So
I think I'm excited to see what these award winners variations are. Right, yes. So they have it's the 6 major award winners: Otani, Gunnar, Garrett Cole, Blake Snell, Acuna, and Corbin Carroll. It'd be fun to see what those are. If they do anything unique.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Jeff, because those are the only on this initial checklist. That's the only variations that we see. I'm assuming there's going to be there'll be SPs and SSPs. Assuming you and I don't want to jump to conclusions again.
Right, but I wonder if these award winner is going to be a picture of them receiving their award. There going to be some theme with those specific 6 players? That's why they separated into a group. Will they be extra short printed? I don't know. We'll see what the variation process brings.
Would you want to see a golden mirror variation short printed to like 30 or 25 for every player on this checklist? Would that do anything for you?
No.
Because it'd be true short prints. And you love those early 2010s short prints. And they'd be pretty similar, but every player has them. So like it's great for player collectors. And it probably the same odds of pulling a short print. I don't know. Just a thought.
It's an interesting idea, and it's not something I would assume Topps won't do. You just never know.
That'd be more exciting than an autograph pull by far to get one of those if there are 30 of them of each player. So
yeah, it would all be images, right? If they were all close-ups like Series 2, I would be not interested. But if they were cool shots, still waiting for there's got to be an Acuna image variation in here of him on holding up second base. There has to be. There absolutely has to be. If Topps doesn't give us that card, I don't know what they're doing. besides driving me to the brink of my sanity.
That card's over with Spencer Strider. Not included.
Yeah, it's on a sheet that they decided to throw out, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, any final thoughts on Topps Chrome? Just initial gut reaction of this product.
Phil, tell me one card in this product you'd like to see.
Junior Spivey Taco Fractor.
All right.
Junior Spivey and Blast from the
Spivey
Past.
Taco. All right.
Hey, so did we talk about the gold etching?
No.
There are maybe some hints that Gilded could be consolidated with this product, and this is tinfoil hat here, but there's a lot of weird etching checklists on the 21-page dissertation that we got from Topps today. So that could be interesting, and maybe that's how Gilded should be. I'm sure Scott would appreciate that.
I think that'd be cool.
I'd probably be fine with it.
Yeah. Ultraviolet All-Stars were short prints last year. They're pretty tough to pull. We have rookies of Ellie De La Cruz. That's pretty cool. Strokes. That's an interesting set.
Yeah, keep it out of the gutter. I'm really interested in the 89 Topps baseball chrome layer variations. I don't know what those are going to look like, but I love those retro cards when they have chrome, the chrome on them. I think those look really cool.
They also have Topps Chrome Expose and Let's Go, both of which are basically super short prints. So those are cool. I'm all for super short prints. Anything else worth mentioning? Buyback.
How do you know the other pack odds for those?
There were last year, and they were very tough pulls.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, they were more rare than the regular inserts.
More rare than the Cody Funderbunk autos that are probably going to be in every 7 boxes.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then that's kind of it. So Topps Chrome, it's going to be interesting how it goes. I hope we weren't too negative. This is your favorite product. One last question, negative question. 2016. When did you all, let's say Chris and Jeff. When did you two get heavily back into sports cards?
I was fall 2017 into fully immersed by spring 2018.
So that happened fast, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff dragged me back in during early parts of COVID in early 2020.
Okay. The reason I asked, do you remember the days when we anticipated Topps Chrome? It came out at the National, we anticipated it, and it was super exciting. Phil, do you remember those days? This was the product. I remember 2015, 16, it felt that way. 17 with Judge. It felt like a big deal.
Yeah. It's getting, even if they hadn't destroyed this product like they kind of did itself, in isolation, this product is the bastardization of Topps Chrome by having 16 Topps Chrome sets. That is what really dilutes the excitement, I think. I still think there's a lot of excitement, a fair amount of it. I don't want to understate that. The National, it's the product to get. It's still going to be a cool product to, I guess, buy sealed and maybe flip later. Don't do that. It probably won't work. It won't work out if you're paying $190, but it worked out for a lot of people last year, is what I'm saying. And I don't know. Buy a blaster, open it, have some fun.
Yeah.
And I'll do that.
If you're going to open one product all year, a blaster of this stuff, why not?
I don't remember, and Jeff, you might. I don't remember necessarily excitement about Topps Chrome, but as someone who got into it in 2020, I do remember having disposable income, money in my wallet, and a day when I wasn't obsessively refreshing eBay searches and completely not hearing anything my wife was saying to me for an hour at a time. So whether that was better or worse remains to be seen. I don't know. No. But I also just want to add in real quick. If you buy a hobby box, and I want to know you guys in the comments, please let me know. You spend $190, you're guaranteed an auto, and your auto is Yankee broadcaster Michael Kay. Are you happy about that? I don't know.
We need to talk about that real fast because I think some of those broadcasters are going to be pretty sought after. Yeah. That Michael Kay is going to be worth more than 90% of those rookie autographs.
It's above the median for sure for Topps.
Yeah. I can't argue that. Yeah, definitely worth more than Cody Funderbunk, who might.
It matters how short printed they'll be too. Will those announcers be really short printed?
Yeah. Do they bother with parallels? Do you think? Do we need a gold refractor of the Don Orsillo auto? Do we need that?
Oh yeah, we do.
I might.
Give it to me.
This is Orsillo. Will, come on.
Oh, Phil's a big Red Sox fan. He might want that card actually.
Yeah. Pretty cool. We have Joe Buck, Buster Olney, Ken Rosenthal. I would love a Ken Rosenthal on card Topps Chrome autograph. I would love
All right,
that.
now we know what to get Scott for his birthday.
That is the card I want out of this product. Not kidding.
All right. So for our viewers, you can come to me with the if you pull an Acuna MVP buyback, you go to Scott with your Ken Rosenthal auto. Your Don Orsillo auto goes to Phil. Jeff, anything?
Yeah, come to me with those award winner variations.
There we go.
Don't actually do that, guys. Like, none of us will actually pay you fair market value for any of these cards. Like, give me the flipper price for Orsillo, because I'm going to sell that to somebody else. Okay, so just, I need some meat on the bone, as they say.
All righty. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate you sticking with us for 30 to 40 minutes of Topps Chrome talk. Other than that, let us know in the comments what you think, and we will see you in the next video.